Good evening, people, and welcome to another film in the shorts of Buster Keaton. The last film that has Joseph McBride's commentary. I'm going to miss the guy, despite I thought at the beginning he was a bit boring, had no charisma, but he enjoys watching these films and he enjoys talking about them, and a lot of knowledge and a lot of stuff about the background and the ins and outs of it. So I'm going to miss him. I would have liked to do more, or if he only wanted to do a few, then get a different historian to do some others, but they didn't. So, Cops, 1922. Buster's girl says she will not marry him until he becomes a big businessman. So off he goes. He has a run-in with this guy who's dropped his wallet. He tries to, be nice to him, saying you've dropped your wallet. Then a little bit of to and fro. The guy gets in the car, realises Buster still got his wallet, comes back for it. And a little bit cat and mouse goes on for a couple of minutes. Buster ends up with the guy's money, and then he gets conned by this guy who sees him with a bunch of I don't know, ones or twos or fives, whatever they are. Cons him into buying all this furniture that's on the side of the road that this family is putting onto out in the street because they're being evicted, and he cons Buster into buying it, and Buster thinks, big businessman, make a decision, I'll buy all this stuff. He buys a horse and cart, puts all this stuff onto the horse and cart with the help of the family. The man of the family gives the address to Buster, and off goes Buster. They think he's the moving man. So off he goes. He has some fun with the horse. This horse, what he wanted to do with it is at some point have the horse sitting on the back of the truck and have Buster pull in the cart, but the horse wouldn't do it. He just flat out, if an animal doesn't want to do something, you ain't going to make it do it. So that didn't get into the script. Then there's a bunch of police, massive police. It's a parade, and there's a guy with a bomb. Throws it, lands on Buster's knee, lights his cigar with the fuse and throws it away. They think he's an anarchist, and then all the cops of the city are chasing Buster, and the rest of the film is him trying to evade all these policemen, dozens and dozens of them, jumping around, climbing. A great scene when he's on a ladder and it's bouncing on a fence, and the police on both sides, and Buster's balancing and trying to stay on it. That's a scene I always remember from this film. And at the end, he turns the tables on the police, locks them all into the police station, and his girl comes along and sees him and still doesn't want him. And then it ends with a headstone with Buster's hat on it. So, has he killed himself there? And this Joseph McBride had a lot of information around the film. Like, it was made at a time that Fatty Arbuckle was on trial. Buster's friend, mentor, and the way he treats the police in this is all to do with how he thinks Fatty Arbuckle was treated, all that kind of stuff. He went on for quite a long time about that, which kind of interesting, but kind of not. Just really talk about what we're seeing. But overall, the commentary was fine. This was my favourite Buster Keaton short film for years. It was the only one I'd ever seen for years. In that video a couple of years back, it came in at number 3 in my favourites list. It probably would drop down a little bit now, because whereas some of these films have improved with the commentary, this one kind of didn't improve with the commentary. I'd rather just watch the film itself, but I'll listen to the commentary now, so that's good enough for me. But yeah, and I think he does a lot as well. A car goes by and he grabs hold of it and gets pulled along. That would pull our arm out of our sockets if we tried that. But I do like the film. I think it's still a lot of fun, crazy, and I will watch this from time to time. Cops. Comments are welcome.